Hello, this is Rich with Rich Phillips Leather, and I'm going to show you today how to install our auxiliary running light and flashing brake light. I already got it on the bike back here. I got the wire routed up to where I need it. It's made out of ABS plastic, and it's got the lights just kind of stuck down in this channel, and then it's potted in epoxy to remain waterproof. So over here you want to get to the taillight wiring, and the taillight wirings, it's kind of up in there, but you'll find it once you've got the loom with 4 wires in it. And I got this one on here, this Posi-Tap. You actually don't need that for this installation. Take that off. So for the Posi-Taps, you want to go for your ground, you want one to go to the brown wire in that loom, and the other one you want to go to the light blue wire with a black tracer, and that's your positive. And here's our module. This module is the brain of the whole system. When you first install this, it'll flash once and then it'll stop flashing. And then it only flashes when you're actually braking. If you pull your brakes normally, it'll just light up. So this module has to go with the wires facing forward, and it has to go with the this resistor on the outside. And that'll all be in the instructions exactly how to install it and which direction to install it in. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. We want to take the black wire for the module and wrap the black wire from the light. We want to twist these together because it's the ground for both setups, for the light and the module. And we go, this is only a 3-wire setup as far as, well, actually it's only a 2-wire setup, but you're just you're connecting the current with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, with 4 connections, which it's all very simple. So the black wire goes to the brown wire on the loom. You can actually go to any ground wire on the bike. It doesn't have to be this particular one. It's just easy because it's where you're at. So I got that all put in there with the Posi-Tap. Posi-Taps are great because it's completely reversible. You're not damaging your wiring in any way. They call it a splice, but it's not a splice. It's actually a tap. You put it just puts a little pinhole in your wiring insulation, and it's reversible. So then on the module, the red wire goes to the blue with the black tracer. And this is on many different BMW models. This isn't just the R1200 GS. This is probably any bike that has this tail light, and almost all of them, I think, at this point have that tail light. So essentially where you're going is the ground and the wire that lights up the tail light when you hit the brakes. And that wire has a constant 5 volts going through it, so it also will work as a running light. It's actually simpler to hook this up on this bike than it is other bikes because of the way they set this up. So red wire to the blue wire with the black tracer. Tighten that. Oh, let me get that a little better. You want to make sure you got that in there, so give it a little tug afterwards. You don't need to yank on it real hard. A little bit will undo it if it's not done right. So okay, I think I got that there. That's good. And then the yellow wire goes to the positive wire on your light. And I'm going to twist this. Okay, so we take our little dolphin crimp connector, waterproof connector, we got this all twisted. Put that over that. Hit it with a crimper. Make sure you got it good and crimped. Okay, like I said, we want to make sure that this module, the wires have to face forward. So we take the module, we got it down here, we can you know, you can zip tie this to anything. I'm just going to zip tie to these other wires here. Make sure I got a real good secure connection, because this is actually sensitive to the kinetic energy that your bike is producing. Without this facing forward, it would not work properly. And it actually registers how hard you brake, so it will flash more intensely with harder braking. So once you got that all into place, the wiring aspect of this whole setup is done. You can tuck all this up, you know, zip tie it out of the way. Now this white wire, on this particular one, I don't really need to have 1,000 different configurations of how it'll flash. But if you want to change the configurations and how it flashes, you have to cut this wire in half and then you short it out to each other to change your configurations. The way it works without doing that works just fine for my liking. You know, there's so many different configurations you can do, it's kind of ridiculous. But it's all installed. I'll show you what it does when you first turn on the bike. It's going to flash the first time you hit the brakes, and then it's not going to flash again until you're actually stopping. If it's just sitting here, it's not going to flash. But see there, it flashed that time. Now it's just going to go on and off, and it's only going to work if you're actually stopping. But that's what makes this so easy to hook up. There's other setups that are a little bit different, that are similar in the sense that, you know, it's not a whole lot to hook up, but ours is it's the brightest and largest area that it lights up of all the other lights out there at this point. So I'm going to go ride it and show you how it actually works while you ride and stop.